Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and personal trainer. I help women look great and feel great through fasting and exercise. Today's video is about alternate day fasting. Alternate day fasting is a method of intermittent fasting that I tend to suggest women try out when they're not seeing the success they want on OMAD. OMAD is really gaining in popularity, but it doesn't always help women achieve the results that they're looking for, or sometimes they hit a weight loss plateau. And I always encourage women to try alternate day fasting in this case. And after you hear about how you can modify and implement alternate day fasting to suit your lifestyle, and about how it can help you achieve weight loss as well as excellent overall health, I think you will see why I find alternate day fasting so promising. So let's get started with how you can implement your own schedule to suit your lifestyle. Alternate day fasting is simply a 36-hour fast window. So let's say you have dinner on Monday night and you finish your dinner around 6:30. You'll be fasting overnight. That's 12 hours. You'll be fasting the next day, another 12 hours. Then the next night, you get to eat the next morning on Wednesday morning at 6:30 a.m. And that is your 36-hour window. And there's various ways that people put that into action. And one of them is that you have 3 days where you implement this 36-hour fast. When I talk about it, I tend to recommend only 2 days a week. So that's one way you can modify alternate day fasting. Another way, which I call modified alternate day fasting, would be to fast your first night, your 12 hours. You fast until the next dinner time. And so that's a complete 24-hour fast. But then you consume a light meal, around 500 calories, and you fast the next night. And this modified alternate day fast has many benefits. First, it may be a little bit more achievable. Going completely without food for 36 hours may seem overwhelming. So having that light meal will give you a bit of a boost, something to look forward to, and relieve some of the hunger before you go to bed. But not only that, since you're still getting a full 24-hour fast before your light meal, you'll benefit from that longer fast. And one of the benefits that can be achieved through a 24-hour fast is intestinal cell regeneration. As you know, gut health is so important for your overall health. So when you start regenerating your intestinal stem cells, you're doing a lot of good for your body. If you are looking to create your own alternate day fasting schedule, but you're not too sure about how you want to go about it, here's what I would recommend. I would recommend you start with the modified alternate day fasting schedule and you do it twice a week. See what happens after a week. If you're looking to lose weight, have you lost any weight? If you haven't even lost a pound or two at the end of the week, then maybe you can graduate to full alternate day fasting, again, just twice a week. So try to see what happens when you do not consume that one meal during your fast. And then if that is still not giving you the results that you are looking for, then maybe you can move up to 3 days a week. But if you are doing 3 days a week, keep in mind that many fasting experts, including Dr. Mildy Peltz, suggest that women do not practice strict intermittent fasting methods like OMAD or alternate day fasting and keto during the week leading up to their periods. Women need more nourishment, more carbs as they are gearing to move through their menstrual cycles. And to ensure proper hormonal function, it may be a good idea to take a step back during that one last week of your cycle. That's something you need to keep in mind. If you do not see the need to do alternative fasting 3 times a week and you stick to twice a week and you're seeing great results, you love how you feel, you could just try it, stick with it the whole month and see how your body reacts. And if you feel drained, maybe if you're not doing well during that one last week of your cycle, you may want to consider stopping during that one last week. It's always a matter of experimenting and finding what works for you. We talk about that a lot in my videos. There are 2 main reasons why I think alternate day fasting works so well for weight loss. Number 1, it's not done every single day, which keeps your body guessing, and it gives you more food freedom. 2, the longer fast gives you more healing benefits. And I already talked about that when I mentioned intestinal stem cell regeneration. But I mean, as you move through your fast, you are gaining more and more of these healing benefits. And you are going deeper in ketosis, which is another great benefit. And also, it's part of why alternative fasting is so effective for weight loss. Turns out that some studies have found that alternative fasting may be superior to calorie restriction for weight loss because the participants of that study found that on their feeding days, they were not tempted to overcompensate. So even though they were not eating during their fasting windows, when they could eat, they didn't want to eat tons. And that's a great benefit of ketone production and ketosis. It takes away your craving, it diminishes your appetite, and that's why the keto diet is so popular when it comes to weight loss. If you compare alternative fasting to calorie restriction, for example, trying to restrict calories is very, very difficult. I think everybody knows that because to achieve any worthwhile weight loss, which would be maybe a pound a week, right? You need to cut about 500 calories a day. And for many of us, that represents 25% of our regular calorie intake, or even more. And if you take away 25% of your food intake, you'll feel hungry, and you'll feel hungry pretty much all the time. That's very hard to sustain long term, and that makes you a very unhappy person. On the other hand, with alternative fasting, well, of course you'll be hungry during your fasting days, but at least you can look forward to the next day. You know you'll be able to eat whatever you want the next day. You'll be able to eat enough to feel satisfied, and that can be very motivating. And then on top of that, you'll benefit from the physiological changes that fasting will bring you. Apart from weight loss, alternative fasting will heal your body in so many ways. For example, there's reduced inflammation, improved thyroid function, improved metabolic health, increased longevity. That sounds pretty promising. Alternative fasting has been shown to be safe even if you practice it for several months. But there are some health considerations that you should be aware of. And the main one would be the risk of malnutrition. I mean, it's hard enough for most of us to get enough vitamins and minerals when we eat 3 square meals a day. So imagine when you start fasting and drastically reducing your calorie intake. That could become a problem. And before I started experimenting with intermittent fasting, I myself had some nutritional deficiencies. I was eating as much as I wanted. I was focusing my diet on whole foods, and I always enjoyed home-cooked meals filled with vegetables and nutrients, but I still was struggling. I was struggling with frequent headaches, chronic fatigue, allergies. I was not doing my best. And supplementation is what got me out of the hole. So that would be a really good option, whether you're practicing alternate day fasting or not. I would consider looking into finding the right supplements for you to make sure that you are providing your body with all the vitamins and minerals that it needs to function properly. In the blog post that I wrote that comes with this video, if you check the link in the description, you'll find it. I talk a bit more about what supplements help me personally, so you can look at that for some tips. But I'm a firm believer that most of us would benefit greatly from high-quality supplements. So in summary, although alternate day fasting may seem a little bit overwhelming for some, it is a longer fast. Keep in mind that there are ways to make it more doable. And also, among all the intermittent fasting methods, I would say that it's the one that has the most potential to help you achieve the results you want, particularly if you've been experimenting already and struggling with weight loss. I would definitely recommend you give alternate day fasting a try. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to learn more about intermittent fasting and fitness to help you achieve your weight loss goals. Thank you for watching.